First thing, trying to get some fluids back in them, water, anything with some electrolytes, something really quick so he can absorb it, cool him off, pour some water on him, get his gear off, boots. We only have about 40-45 minutes before he's got to be back going again up in staging, so make sure he's cooled off, some food intake, some quick carbs to digest, and then get him kind of mentally prepared to go back to battle. You know, you have to either let go of that moto or build off that moto, depending on how it went usually. So usually you kind of like you fire them back up and get them ready to go back out and hopefully get another start, and then it's kind of the process of sticking in the moment and not too far ahead or definitely not behind. The head, the crotch area, and the feet usually dissipate the most amount of heat. So you want to make sure you pour a little bit of colder water, not like freezing water on his head. You want to like shock the system and kind of let the body kind of naturally slow down the cooling and everything like that. He's still really sweaty and hot and got a bunch of dirt on him, so usually you just kind of like cool him down with a little rag or something like that. Get the boots off is pretty crucial, and the hot socks, and then usually the rest of your core temperature starts to follow. So after he sits there and cools off and eats his food and everything like that, he'll go and kind of shower down and get all the dirt and grime off of them so he can go and change into a fresh set of gear. Yeah, he had some gluten-free bread with a little bit of honey and banana, and then he had some rice, and just high glycemic foods for him in between motos is really easy to digest, easy on the stomach, won't really bounce around in your stomach later on in the second moto, and it's enough fuel that'll take you through the day. Well, usually we talk before he leaves the truck, but from the time he gets to the gate, his mechanic is down there with him, and kind of we'll fire him back up and get him ready, but he's pretty focused as he's going down there.
First thing we always want to do is assess the rider, make sure there's no injuries, how they're doing physically. You know, sometimes they get really exhausted, sometimes it's really a hot day, but for the most part we're just checking to see and make sure that they're okay physically, that they didn't injure anything. There's a lot of rocks here, you know, the little boo-boos, you know, cuts, whatever, but more than anything, we just are checking them out physically and make sure that they're okay. The body has a weird way of cooling down itself. A lot of them are, you know, get pretty hot and their heart rate gets up pretty high, so a lot of them are, you know, jumping into water baths, you know, ice baths. Some of them do it, and you know, that'll bring down their core temperature a lot, and you know, a lot of times we're just trying to get them cooled off and to relax the majority and get their heart rate back down. And then before they go out the next moto, a lot of times what we'll do is a little soft tissue massage, a little stretching, you know, depending on, you know, what each rider's need is. You don't want your heart rate to go from a complete, you know, a low state to boom, going 100 miles an hour on, you know, when the start gate goes on. So a lot of what riders will do is we'll get their heart rate going up a little bit so it's somewhere in between, gets that blood flowing, so when the gate goes down, they're not going from, you know, just from a complete standing low heart rate to something really high. So you want to get the blood circulating and get those muscles warmed up. You know, obviously Justin's a virus athlete, so we get him in the compression, you know, with the composite bioceramic, which helps with the recovery. And then we also do like an adjustment just to kind of keep him aligned. So, you know, the flights home sometimes are more wear and tear than these races in and of itself, carrying bags. So we'll do a little soft tissue massage, a little bit of an adjustment, and then let them cool down. After a race, you know, the important thing is just to get those fluids back into your body. That's, you know, you go out there, you're sweating a lot, and you're, you know, dehydrating yourself. So the most important thing is getting hydrated and getting back those fluids that you need into your body. That's the most important part.